Are you serious? Are you serious? Sorry, guys. I'm in this production room getting ready for tonight's Sunday Night Live broadcast. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. But we've got some huge news coming out of Hong Kong. An incredible situation. 1.7 million protesters in the streets of Hong Kong defying Beijing and Beijing's direct order to stop the rallies. Hong Kong, a sea of democracy, activists flooded the streets of Hong Kong today during torrential rains. 1.7 million people standing out there in the rain in a very peaceful show to the city leaders that their movement still pulls wide public support despite mounting violence and increasingly stark warnings from Beijing. Guys, these 1.7 million people stood in the rain after they were warned by the communist regime of China with now 1,000 tanks, armored vehicles, all kinds of equipment, 1,000 vehicles just across the harbor at the soccer stadium. They filled the stadium. They filled the outside of the stadium. Thousands of troops ready to come in with ammunition, AK-47s and guns and grenades and pepper spray and tear. And I'm talking tanks and hundreds and actually thousands of troops. Thousands of troops. And they were told, don't protest today. So what did the people do? 1.7 million of them turned out in the rain, in the downpouring rain, and stood in the streets protesting quietly, peacefully, with democracy. Hundreds of thousands, 1.7 million actually, carrying umbrellas, poured across the heart of Hong Kong Island, defying the downpour and the police order not to march today. And this is the 11th weekend now that started. The demonstrations have plunged financial hubs into crisis, with images of masked black-clad protesters engulfed by tear gas during the street battles that have gone on over the 11 weeks against the riot police who have been stunning a city once renowned for such great stability and pure business opportunities for a worldwide market. Sunday's action shows that this peaceful origins of this leaderless protest movement drew 1.7 million people, making it the largest rally ever after 11 weeks. It's not dying. It's thriving. After getting their heads beat in, after getting drug off, after a lot of them missing, hundreds of them missing. We don't know where they went. Probably missing kidneys by now. I don't know. They're gone. Human rights people need to understand. They're waving American flags. They're waving British flags. They're waving flags of democracy and freedom. And it ended the weekend of protests for the first time in weeks where there was no major, because the police did not confront them. The police left them alone. But what will they do tomorrow? It's been a long day. We're very tired. But to see so many people out in the rain marching for Hong Kong gives strength to everyone, said Danny Tam, a 28-year-old graphic designer. Police said only 128,000 were there. I seen the pictures, guys. I mean, it looked like the whole city of Hong Kong was there. Okay, this unprecedented political crisis is now sparked by opposition to plan to allow extraditions to the Chinese mainland. But protests have since morphed into a wider call now. They want democratic rights. They want the mayor gone. They don't want to be semi-autonomous. They want to be autonomous now. They really are wanting Britain or the United States to annex them. I think the United States should consider it. I really believe the United States should consider annexing Hong Kong. I think we should do is go in there and hold a vote. Let the people vote. We can monitor it. We can make it happen. And let the people decide which way they want to go. You want to be under Hong Kong? You want to be autonomous, independent? Do you want to be under communist Russia? Or would you like to be annexed by the United States or given back to Britain since China has broken the deal? They've broke the deal. They did not keep their end of the deal. I'm big about that, to be honest with you. When I shake someone's hand, when I make a deal with somebody, I always keep my end of the deal. And I expect the other side to do the same. And if they can't, I expect them to come to me and tell me why they can't and see if there's a way to make something happen. But in this situation, that ain't what we got. We got the Chinese trying to run roughshod after 20 years, after 22 years, overtop the will of the people. And the will of the people is strong. But will China go in there and create a bloodbath? Will the blood run ankle deep? Are we living in the last days? I want you to pray. And there's 80,000 Americans that live there, by the way. 80,000 Americans and 1,000 American cities. 1,000 American companies there. Wow. We're living in the end times. I think the United States should go in there and help them hold a fair election for the people. True democracy, since Beijing don't understand what it is. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy, and I'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern with Sunday Night Live. Come expecting a mighty move of God. Come expecting an outpouring. And come expecting a blessing. Because God told me he wants to bless his people tonight. He wants to bless you tonight. Wow! I'm excited.